guys, so I'm back. I had some requests to make more YouTube videos, and also I've had a lot of questions recently about what I'm doing now and why I decided to switch to CrossFit. Why did I switch to CrossFit? There are a lot of things that I have learned through competition and a lot of things that I love about the process of going through prep. I love the fact that it pushed me beyond limits that I didn't even know that I really had when it comes to, you know, mental blocks and training, and it taught me so many different techniques, and it brought me into a community that I really needed after moving here from the Midwest and not knowing anyone. It made me feel like Arizona is home. Will I compete again? I probably will. I would have to be a figure competitor. So I knew I was gonna have to put on more mass and more muscle density and like put that time in. So I just decided if I was going to need to do it anyways, why not do it in a setting that was gonna be really fun for me? Looking at all the things I love about training, it's always, can I hit a PR? I wanna lift heavy. I wanna push myself. I wanna do things that sometimes in the beginning I'm like, I don't know if I can do that or not. Considered trying powerlifting, I considered trying just weightlifting, and then bit the bullet. After like 6 months of contemplating doing CrossFit, I walked into my first CrossFit box and I was terrified, like legitimately terrified. I'm the kind of person where I want to be the best at everything that I do. So it's really hard for me to break out and try something new when I know I'm probably not going to be good at it. It's just my competitive nature. It's really difficult for me to do. And I had heard so many things, obviously we all do, about CrossFit. Oh, it's a cult, or oh, it's so intense and they don't care about form. You're going to get injured, like blah, blah, blah. You hear so many things. All I can say is like, go try it for yourself, see what it's like, do your research. So before I walked into a box, I seriously looked at probably every box nearby me. I looked at all their websites, I looked at the qualifications of the coaches and the owners, because while it's fun, I'm competitive and I want to be good. So I did a Goldilocks thing where I would walk into one CrossFit box and I'd be like, this one's too pretty, this one's too clean, this one's too dirty. I wanted a middle ground, so I knew that I wanted to go somewhere that was kind of nitty gritty and would make me feel like I needed to get down and sweat and like really put in the work. Walked into Blur and found my weird group of friends that I consider a family. I don't think that I laugh harder, sweat harder, cuss more than I do when I'm there, and it has been such an amazing experience so far. I don't think I've ever been as excited to train as I am when I'm going there. I think that's what it's all about, is taking away these constraints that like fitness is only to look good. It's also to perform and have a good time. One of the things that I struggled with going from a competition mindset to a performance training mindset, obviously, whenever you compete, you're eating really clean. You're being told to have a low calorie intake most of the time. There should be no excess fat. Like, you're trying to get on stage because people are going to nitpick you. They're going to pick your body apart, and that weighs on you. You start to really judge your body in a very critical and cruel way sometimes. I'm not saying that this is for everyone, but it happens, and it happened to me, and I would look at my body and I would criticize myself. My sense of beauty was only whenever I was 120 pounds, 118 pounds, soaking wet, and that just like was not, it wasn't healthy, and I didn't like feeling that way. So now I'm adjusting to the kind of body that it takes to actually compete and train hard and lift heavy, and you put on mass and you weigh more and you eat a lot more, and you get cellulite and you have things that jiggle, and that's okay. So it takes a little bit of a mental flip to be all right with that. And also accepting that you're going to have a muscular athletic build and that most of your regular clothes are no longer going to fit you. So I'm dealing with that now. We're like, now I have traps. I'm like, where did you come from? And my quads are big and my shoulders are big. And I'm like, okay, well, these rompers aren't cool with me because I have no boobs, but all right. Like, it's just getting used to a body that you're not used to having anymore. I legitimately think I have to throw away like my entire closet. But I also have never felt more confident and strong and able in my whole life. I just feel like CrossFit makes you into a well-rounded athlete. It teaches you to do cardio and endurance and lifting heavy and doing things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily do, but in that setting around those people, they will push you beyond your own limits. And there is nothing more empowering for me than me thinking, I can't do this, and then being like, yes, you can. And then me coming out the other side being like, wow, like you saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. I feel like everyone should go out and try all different kinds of fitness and not be closed off to something just because of what you hear. I've had so many people be like, oh, CrossFit, and they kind of judge me, and it's a put off because, yeah, I do CrossFit. But it doesn't mean that I'm fitting these stereotypes that you hear, and I wish that more people would just come and try it and check it out for themselves and see that there are people that care about form, there are people that care about quality, there are people that want to be exceptional lifters and exceptional athletes, and obviously you can't do those things if you're injured and you're doing things the wrong way. There's always something new to learn, and I'm literally never going to be the best because the minute that I achieve one thing, there's another thing to learn. It's a progression, and there's always something for me to set my sights on, and that is so appealing to me because I'm the kind of person that needs a plan. I need a goal to work towards, and if I don't have a goal, then I feel lost and overwhelmed, and I get kind of anxious because I have too much time and not enough structure. That's just the way I've always been. And so with this, there's always structure of like, you need to do this to be able to do this, to be able to do this, to be able to do this. And that fits so well with my personality. I'm very type A. I'm a go-getter. If I want something, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna work really hard so that I'm the best. So this gives me the ability to take those steps to become that person, and whatever I put into it is what I'm gonna get out of it. And I love that. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about how back in the day when we were in school, your teacher sometimes would favor you, and even if your work wasn't that good and they knew that you tried, they would still give you the A, even if it was like C+ work. And how in weightlifting and training, the barbell never lies to you. So if you are not strong enough or capable of doing a movement, the barbell is not gonna say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna give it to you this time. It's gonna tell you you're not ready and you need to work more and build more strength and mobility and, you know, training those movements. It's something that I'm learning, and this whole process is like very humbling for me. And I love that. I love that it's humbling for me and it's teaching me new things. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, and I hope that this is interesting to you guys. So just let me know. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you soon.